Our best tech is 4 billion years old. NASA is decoding nature, shark speed, gecko grip, whale power, hawk wings, and woodpecker shields. This is the top 5 animals building the future of space. This is biomimicry. We spend billions of dollars to explore the violent, swirling storms of the outer solar system. We look to the furthest reaches of the stars to find answers about our own future. But what if the greatest technological breakthroughs are already here, hidden in the DNA of the creatures we walk beside? NASA doesn't just hire the world's smartest engineers. They hire 4 billion years of biological evolution. From the vacuum of space to our most advanced hospitals, nature is the lead architect. This is the Bio-Fauna report. Meet the ocean's most feared inhabitant, a vertebrate that has survived 5 mass extinctions. The shark is a biological masterpiece. Unlike most fish, its skeleton isn't bone, it's made entirely of cartilage, the same flexible material in your ears. This allows it to twist and strike with a range of motion no human engineer could replicate, but its real power lies in its physiology. It is a sensory powerhouse, using tiny pores on its snout called ampulla of Lorenzini to feel the electrical heartbeat of prey hidden miles away. It doesn't just see the world, it feels the electricity of life. If you stroke a shark from head to tail, it feels like silk. But stroke it the other way, and it will tear your skin. This is because a shark is covered in dermal denticles, literally skin teeth. Unlike regular fish scales, these are hard, V-shaped structures rooted deep in the skin. Their anatomy is designed to channel water into perfectly straight lines, preventing the vortices or turbulent swirls that slow down other animals. While every other creature in the sea battles parasites and barnacles, the shark remains pristine. It is the only animal in the ocean that is naturally antimicrobial. NASA scientists looked at this anatomy and saw a solution to a modern crisis. In the recycled air of the International Space Station, superbugs are a lethal threat. They realized that bacteria cannot grip the microscopic diamond pattern of the shark's denticles. By mimicking this exact geometry, they created sharklet technology. Today, we use these shark-inspired textures in hospitals and spacecraft to deny germs a place to land. We are moving from a world of chemical warfare against germs to a world of physical geometry, fighting bacteria with nothing but the power of shapes. This blueprint is now a global success. Engineers realized that by printing riblets, micro-grooves that mimic shark skin onto the hulls of massive cargo ships, they could reduce drag by 10%. This allows these giants to cross the Atlantic while saving millions of gallons of fuel. In the sports world, designers use this same anatomy to create high-tech swimsuits. By mimicking how the shark compresses its body and channels water, these suits reduce drag so effectively they were eventually banned from the Olympics for being unfair. We are no longer just studying the shark, we are becoming it. The lesson is clear. The most advanced technology in the universe doesn't always come from a lab. Sometimes, it has been swimming beneath us for 400 million years, waiting for us to finally be smart enough to ask for help. If you want to conquer the future, look at the creature that mastered the past. NASA's Goddard Space Flight Center isn't just building telescopes. They are building the future of movement. But the shark isn't the only architect of the past we are learning to mirror. To find the next breakthrough, we have to leave the water and look upward to a creature that treats the laws of gravity as mere suggestions. Meet the gecko. For centuries, humans were baffled by how this lizard could sprint across a ceiling or hang by a single toe on polished glass. It's not glue, it's not suction, it is molecular physics. The anatomy of a gecko's foot is a fractal masterpiece. Each toe is covered in millions of microscopic hairs called setae, and each of those hairs splits into hundreds of even smaller tips called spatulae. At this scale, a strange phenomenon occurs: van der Waals forces. The molecules of the gecko's feet literally bond with the molecules of the surface. It is a dry, reversible Velcro created by the universe itself. Engineers at DARPA and Stanford looked at this sticky but not sticky anatomy to solve a massive problem: how to move heavy objects without leaving residue or using energy. By mimicking these microscopic spatulae, they created Gecko. A piece of this fabric the size of a postage stamp can hold 700 pounds 317 kilograms to a smooth wall, yet can be peeled off as easily as a post-it note. No residue, no damage, just pure physics. Today, This Gecko mimicry is heading back to space, the same place the shark's geometry is fighting superbugs. NASA is developing Gecko greepers for robotic arms to capture tumbling space debris. In our factories, robots equipped with Gecko-inspired pads can pick up delicate glass or heavy metal with the same effortless grace. We didn't invent the ultimate adhesive, we just finally learned how to copy it. Nature spent 4 billion years field testing its greatest inventions. We used to look at the wild and see something to conquer. Now, we look at it and see something to learn from. From the depths of the ocean to the vacuum of space, the blueprints for our future have been right in front of us all along. We just had to stop and listen. Meet the humpback whale, a 40-ton titan that defies the laws of fluid dynamics. For millions of years, evolution has refined these giants into the ocean's most unlikely acrobats. While most massive creatures require huge turning radiuses, the humpback can spin in tight circles to create bubble nets for hunting. The secret isn't in their muscles, it's in the leading edge. If you look at a humpback's flipper, it isn't smooth. It's covered in irregular bumps called tubercles. Using advanced supercomputing and wind tunnel tests, NASA's aeronautics research proved that these bumps channel air into high-speed vortices. This allows the wing to maintain lift at extreme angles, delaying a stall by 40%, the very thing that causes planes to fall out of the sky. NASA's ERA program took this 50-million-year-old design and applied it to the X-8 blended wing body. By mimicking the whale's aerodynamics, they moved away from the traditional tube and wing design. The result, a revolutionary aircraft that is 20% more fuel efficient, significantly quieter, and capable of carrying massive cargo with unprecedented stability. But this is only the beginning. NASA is currently researching morphing wings that can change shape in midair just like a whale's fin. Engineers recommend that the next generation of commercial flight and even wind turbine blades adopt these tubercle designs to maximize energy output and safety. The lesson is simple. Nature has already solved the problems we are still struggling with. Sometimes, to move forward in the stars, we have to look back at the giants of the deep. The hawk is a high-performance raptor, a biological machine refined over 50 million years of predatory evolution. To survive, it had to master a complex anatomy of flexible bone and reindexable feathers. Unlike a human aircraft, which is a rigid tube with heavy, hinged FLAPS, a hawk is a morphing wing. It uses its skeletal muscles to twist its entire wing profile, adjusting its shape in milliseconds to maintain lift and silence during a 200 mph strike. This seamless transition is the gold standard of aerodynamics, allowing the bird to stay agile in turbulent air where our machines would simply stall. NASA's Octa project focused on copying 3 specific characteristics of the hawk: seamless curvature, elasticity, and variable geometry. In the lab, engineers replaced heavy mechanical hinges with flexfoil, a specialized aerospace composite designed to behave like a living wing. By mimicking the hawk's no-gap design, they created a surface that can bend and twist without breaking. This eliminates the gaps that cause drag, effectively turning a metal machine into an organic flyer. The success of this biomimicry was historic. Mounted on a Gulfstream 3 jet, the Hawkwing performed flawlessly in flight, proving that organic design could handle extreme aerodynamic force. The results, a 40% reduction in airframe noise and a massive leap in fuel efficiency. Future research is now scaling this tech for the next generation of eco-friendly airliners. NASA has proven that to build the wings of tomorrow, we first had to decode the wings of the hawk. To build the toughest spacecraft in history, NASA had to study an animal that hits a wall for a living. Meet the woodpecker. This bird strikes a tree with a force of 1/200 g, 100 times the force it takes to give a human a concussion. For over 20 million years, evolution has refined its anatomy, a spongy, shock-absorbing skull and a unique bone called the hyoid that wraps around the brain like a biological seatbelt. It is the gold standard of high-impact protection. NASA applied these biological blueprints to the James Webb Space Telescope. To survive the violent vibrations of a rocket launch, engineers developed advanced shock dampers that copy the woodpecker's sandwich bone structure, layering hard and soft materials to dissipate energy. As the telescope is shaken on this test table, it's proving that bird brain engineering can protect $10 billion of delicate mirrors from being shattered into dust. The ultimate success of this technology is seen here, the Orion spacecraft. During a high-speed splashdown, the impact force is immense. By using shock attenuation systems modeled after the woodpecker's anatomy, NASA ensured the energy is absorbed by the craft, not the astronauts inside. The test was a total triumph. Because we decoded the evolution of a forest bird, we can now bring humans back from the moon safely. Our recommendation: when the impact is certain, trust the biology of the woodpecker. Shark skin speed, gecko grip, whale power, hawk wings, and woodpecker shields. NASA has proven that the most advanced laboratory on Earth isn't a clean room, it's the wild.
Future research is already taking this further, from growing Mars habitats out of fungi to building robotic swarms that think like honeybees. NASA's recommendation is clear. To solve the impossible in space, we must first decode the genius of nature. Which animal should NASA copy next? Let us know in the comments. And for more deep dives into the future of space, hit follow. Thanks for watching.